Yes, I love this cat. I love that we get to show this in the main menu. But hey everybody, I'm GarliccDread. I usually just go by Garlic, but I am a Yakuza speedrunner. This was actually the first speedrun I literally ever learned, so it's very special to me personally, so I'm really excited. And I'm really excited to show off the Dance Club minigame after the run as well. But if anyone else from Couch wants to introduce themselves.
I'm spintheiryarns, and I'm here to look at this cat for the next hour, so I hope we're not going to do anything else.
I'm dubious. I also run this game, and as much as, looking at this cat is very nice, I know that we're not going to be doing that the whole time, but you will hear cats meowing a lot, so there's that to look forward to.
Yes.
And hi, I am Panduhmonium. I'm also a Yakuza speedrunner. I also do speedrun this game, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. So let me go into... So we're actually doing... So Kaito Files is... You'll be playing as a different person than this guy on the screen. That's Yagami. We'll actually see him later when we do the minigame. But I'm gonna go new game, and then after I confirm here, the time will start. So if we can go 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Luck.
But yeah, we get to start the run with a nice scripted chase sequence. So if anybody wants to just explain how it works while I focus on the QTEs.
Yeah, so we're just following this guy here, Senda, who stole a tape recorder we need. Basically, there's a preset determined QTEs that Garlic needs to hit here, with the buttons, face buttons, all correlating to different actions. So the B button is to get people out of the way, Y is to jump over, etc., etc. And realistically, the idea is you would get Senda's HP down. Because this is fully scripted, though, there's a very specific spot it's going to end at. I think it's like a little ways away from here.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about this, if you've played Yakuza series games, you're very familiar with the chases. As you can see, Kaito doesn't care. He just barrels through like the majority of things, except thankfully the people. He does kind of move them out of the way, but yeah.
If we were in, I think it's Yagami and main game of this, he would just run directly over the people. He would like acrobatics right over their heads.
Yeah.
Acrobatics is a verb now.
So this is the first technically tutorial fight to introduce Kaito's bruiser style, which if you've played Yakuza Kiwami in particular, or Yakuza 0, this is basically Kiryu's brawler style. Kinda nice.
We'll get to see a lot of those nice ragdolls in a lot of these fights.
And a lot of furniture destruction.
Yeah.
Total dragon engine.
So Kaito is trying to call people to go out for a drink with him. Everyone, though, is just like, we're busy to some extent or another. So Kaito's going alone.
Himself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the smelling mechanic. Kaito can sniff a...
Yeah. You just hear like randomly sniffing sometimes.
It's a very serious mystery solving technique.
Everyone should
It is
send in
really-
their donations for what scent he is sniffing, and I feel like I am gonna donations is gonna have a chat with me later.
It's really weird though, because you'll just be like playing the game and you'll just hear him sniffing randomly, and you're like, "What in the world is that?" And then you realize, "Oh yeah, it's him."
Yeah.
Yeah, I got our first attack upgrade. We pretty much get a lot of experience just throughout progressing the story in this, so we'll use that to our advantage a few times.
I do have an announcement when y'all have a moment, but I know we probably got a little bit coming on here in a second.
Yeah, this is just a quick intro to the other fighting style we have.
Yeah, this is tank style, which is Kiryu's beast style, basically.
Yeah, you might hear me refer to it as like Brawler and Beast because it's what I'm used to from Kiryu's fighting styles, but it's basically the same kind of mechanic. But yeah, if you want to say an announcement, that's totally fine.
Perfect, because I have a bid war that I would like to give to chat, because these we've opened up 2 bid wars for our upcoming Hyperbeat showcase, and these are absolutely fantastic bid wars. We got to do a color palette choice on our last run for Glitter Rush, and we have a color palette choice again for you for Hyperbeat, but your choices are bisexual lighting, Patal's mentioned, hard mode, or trans rights. And I'm going to let chat decide what each of those means. Personally, I am down for bisexual lighting, especially because we did have a lot of trans rights in our last run. Not that we don't want all of the trans rights all the time here, but I have to go for the bisexual lighting. But that's only one of our bid wars. We also have the ability to choose our instrument for Hyperbeat, and these are some fantastic options. I have Big Spoon, Big Sword, and I need everyone to know that big is all capitalized there, so this is a very big sword. Girl Hammer, Lute, Push Broom, Red Sword, which is a transistor, a skateboard, or a street sign. These are all very good weapons and also feel like weapons that could be used in Yakuza. So what would y'all like to see as our weapon in Hyperbeat, given those options?
Some of that did sound very Yakuza coded.
I vote skateboard.
Skateboard? I think our comms for Hyperbeat would be very happy to hear that. I have heard much love for skateboard recently.
There's also a lot of skateboarding in the Judgment games, so that one would be particularly topical.
I think that we need to get skateboard going for our weapon chat. You know what you must do.
The cat's fine, latest. She's chilling somewhere.
Hopefully out of the rain for a little bit.
Yeah, those 2 guys, unfortunately, they spread apart. Ideally, they would stay close together so that we can multi-hit them with the sign that you pick up. That guy in the jacket almost tased me. I saw him go for it, but luckily we did not get hit. Yeah, basically what's going on is we're looking for clues for a missing woman, Mikiko. And we're asking around for a bunch of info, anything we can find to get a lead on where she is.
And also just trashing everywhere casually as we go.
It's the standard thing you do in these games.
These are very, very serious games.
Yeah, we're about to see another cat, which is really exciting.
Yay! This is what detective agencies normally do, right? They have like turf wars.
From every detective novel I've read, yes.
Okay.
That was a really
That
good
works.
throw. And I'm also now picturing that as the object that the Hyperbeat street sign would be. Just the big, like, big street sign like that. That'd be fantastic.
Definitely. More sniffing. We'll probably get a quick donation or two in.
Oh, not a problem. I actually have a $5 donation from someone named Dubious. I'm not sure who that could be. And they say, hi from the couch, Garlic. Good luck. And here's to first try Cop Scout.
Oh, hopefully. Thanks, Doobie.
No problem. I don't know why that took me that long to say. It's
Yeah, we're on
Sunday,
our way.
it's fine. Sorry, go ahead.
We're on our way to our first stealth segment. You'll get to see how Kaito thinks about being stealthy.
Wait, there's stealth sections in this game?
I know, right?
It's not Allergy's big slam, it's a legitimate detective technique involving being a super sniffer.
If all crimes could be solved by just sniffing out the crime, we'd be perfect. It's the super sniffer technique.
Yeah.
Be very sneaky.
This is kind of how people who hate stealth gaming play stealth games.
True.
Me.
Also me.
Sometimes you want to be stealthy. Sometimes, well, that.
Use the power of door.
I do wait a split second after this door is ready to be interacted with again, because if you start running immediately, he actually slows down and opens an invisible door.
Nice.
And I'm gonna go ahead and get our attack level 3.
I'm gonna hop in with another name that I've never heard before, sending in a $20 donation from Panduhmonium. And they say, "Hi, Garlic. Much love from the virtual couch. Good luck."
Thanks,
And one of the
Brandon.
happiest smiley faces I've seen.
Also a chair.
Oh no.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, we got it. We got it.
crisis averted.
These folding chairs are like the most durable furniture in the game for some reason.
They are. You know what's funny? If you accidentally pick up a cardboard box, but you do a heat move with it, it does really good damage. But the problem is that it only has one hit on it, so it's not really ideal to pick up. We have to put on a disguise. So we got changed right in front of that guy.
It is a disguise.
Yeah, you know, you just change and it's like you're magically a new person. Even if the other person can see you, it's like, don't worry about it.
I mean, I guess getting undressed in the middle of the street is a great way to make people not look at you. So there's that.
You know what? I hadn't even considered it that way. That's a really good way to go.
We got changed back again.
So I have been meaning to ask for y'all's opinions, because I'm definitely a casual Yakuza player. But from the speedrunner perspective, what is the best weapon to pick up and just wail on people with?
It actually depends on the game.
Oh, really?
I hate that my answer initially is just cone, but I'm thinking of that from the perspective of someone whose main game is Gaiden, where cones are pretty nice and plentiful even.
Yeah, I would say like a big sign in some of these games, like a big heavy weapon, is pretty good. In this run, actually, it's not always the best, though, because sometimes weapons that he holds with one hand are better, because they have a better range of motion. You can attack with it quicker.
Yeah, like a little bit later on, there's in a hallway, there's a plant that we use, and the plant is very powerful.
Oops. Yeah, we're looking at a photo of Mikiko and noticed that the bag she was holding was in this very room. Unless that guy just happens to have the same purse, I don't know.
Possible.
Maybe he just wants to be super fashionable. Was a nice purse.
It was. But yeah, I just unlocked a bunch of skills.
Struggling.
I can't say we normally do the fight all the way back here.
Yeah, this fight can be a bit of a mess because the guys just will like spread out. And there's not really like good things to pick up.
I wasn't trying to grab him, but that's fine.
Bed.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that fight's very awkward because, like Panda was saying, they spread out a lot. And there are technically weapons here, but they're not very good. Actually, that's another example of weapons that are not very good in this run. Because like a pipe or a baseball bat.
Yeah, pipe and baseball bat have like really long wind up times. For heavy attacks in particular.
Also, yeah, we didn't get to see it, but right before this, there was a scene of Kenmochi here pulling out the light post. As you can see, it still has the cement attached to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
And he's just swinging it like it's nothing, so totally normal Yakuza fight.
I mean, yes, it is. This is a totally normal Yakuza fight, and that's why I love this series.
This lamppost actually is my favorite weapon in the game. But I'm not a speedrunner, so you can't trust my opinion. I just think it's funny.
Chat, send in your donations as to what the best weapon in the game is and why it's lamppost.
Okay, I'm about to change the difficulty. If someone doesn't mind explaining the reason behind that.
Yeah, so Garlic's about to change the difficulty to simple difficulty. When it comes to fights, as far as I'm aware, it makes no difference, but there are a couple of other sections, including what we call cop skip, where the AI is actually affected by the difficulty change, and it's made a lot easier to do when it's in simple versus just easy.
Yeah, we are going to have a stealth section soonish, where we are unfortunately not allowed to just flatten everybody, so.
Oh, hold on.
I haven't. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I was trying to dropkick this guy. But no, you're good.
I mean, it's Yakuza. You have to make sure you drop kick somebody out of the seat. It's perfect. I understand. But I just have a wonderful $10 donation from Big No-No. And they say, proud of my friend Garlic for having another great marathon run by the Yakuza Girl Squad. You are all doing amazing as usual. May we all see a world where freedom and peace for all in our lifetime. Love you lots. And the incentive goes to trans rights. So that is for our Hyperbeat Choose the Color palette, y'all. And trans rights is in the lead by $10. Thank you very much for that, Big No-No. I really appreciate it because we love trans rights in this space. But I would really love to see a little bit of movement on bisexual lighting. I think we need to get a bit of bisexual lighting in for our color palette. So y'all send in those donations. Tell us what color palette we want to see on our upcoming Hyperbeat showcase.
Thank you, No-No.
Thank you, No-No.
Like Yakuza Girl Squad.
Yes. Let's go. That entire strat I just did with those guys was actually a strat came up by a fellow runner, P Scholar, and it works pretty well. I really like it. But yeah, we're about to do the attempted cop stealth.
Manifesting first try.
You got this.
Okay, both guys at the bottom are alerted, so that's a good indicator.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay.
No. Oh my god.
Nice.
He was facing
it.
me too.
There you go.
We got it.
Yo, GG's.
So yeah, you can run past these guys, as you can see, because we're on simple. You can still get caught. I'm honestly very shocked we didn't, because the guy on the roof that's coming towards us, who's looking right at us, by the way, is like, oh wait, but a shiny coin, and then you can like get away. And then this guy does the same thing.
I too am easily distracted by a shiny coin.
This one
Yeah,
you
the
have
FOV on
to
these
wait.
guys is like a joke.
Yeah, and that's partially affected by the game difficulty. If it was on EC, you would not be able to run by them all like that at all.
The real boss of this run is skipping cutscenes.
The real boss of a lot of these runs is just, can you skip cutscene?
Funny, because I actually have a $10 donation from Squirrel611 that says, is this one of those games with the ridiculous cutscenes? And no, because we skip them if we can.
Yeah, the annoying thing about the cutscenes in these games, especially much of the newer games, is you have to like you're pausing and then you're hitting confirm right or sorry, left or up, and then confirm again. So that's like a bunch of inputs you have to do, and it's really annoying to do quickly. But yeah, we're about to come up on a actually quite minutes long tailing segment here. Just to briefly explain, we're following Kenmochi, the guy that we fought earlier at the end of the last chapter. And he does have a few points where he turns around, like pretty much every time. It can change a little depending on his alert level and also how much noise you make nearby. But yeah, we have a lot of time for some donations at this point.
I'm really happy to talk about it because I called for the bisexuals, and the bisexuals have come out in force because bisexual lighting has taken a huge lead in our upcoming Hyperbeat Choose the Color palette, because we are now at $262.52 for bisexual lighting. I appreciate you, chat. Thank you so much for that. And part of that goes from Andrea, who sends in a $10 donation that says, let's see those bisexuals. Please,
Let's go.
let's see those. But one of the things we also really want to see is we have that palette, like we have the palette choice for our Hyperbeat showcase. We have our weapon choice for the Hyperbeat showcase. But we also have another incentive for Hyperbeat, which is our bonus custom set list. And I literally cannot hype this up enough. Hyperbeat in and of itself is an amazing rhythm game. It's absolutely beautiful. But these custom set lists are just wild to watch. And Carrie is an amazing, amazing runner. So I would really, really love to see that set list in this marathon. We always need more rhythm games, and it's absolutely fantastic when we can get them in.
Yes. Yeah, I guess really briefly, I'll just explain. We're about to get to a checkpoint in this tailing segment, and what I'm gonna do in order to make this faster, and again, thanks to being on simple difficulty, is I'm just gonna run past this guy as soon as we get to this checkpoint here. And you'll see the alert will go up, but not enough to make us fail, luckily.
Stealth.
Now that's a weapon for picking up.
And then it explodes.
The standard Dragon Engine things.
Yeah, definitely some time for more donations.
Not a problem. I actually wanted to read one from Wire Witch, who sent in a $50 donation, and they say, looking forward to the next few days of mainstay second monitor content. Thank you for everything everyone involved does. Runners, productions, watchers, donors. It really does mean a lot to so many people. Less than 3. Thank you so much for that donation. I also want to thank Aura for that large $252.52 donation that really helped get that bisexual lighting going. And I mean, I'm not going to say, maybe we could get a little debate going here. Chat, you could maybe get trans rights to catch back up on that. It's possible. But I want to thank Aura for their donation and their message of celebrating International Women's Day by recovering from GRS and celebrating that by watching Frame Fatales. As much as trans rights forever, I think the lighting needs to be a little more bisexual. Don't you think? I agree.
Yes.
Man, Yokoi in that fight is having a time. He's just bouncing everywhere.
Couldn't even get back up, too.
That was actually pretty good grouping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah, we're in the home stretch of the tailing segment. We just have to get up the street pretty much.
I'm loving this music, by the way. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I love it.
It is really good.
Very spy-like. He does usually turn around at some point up here. So I try to be careful around this corner. And of course he didn't because he heard me. But he will very likely turn around right there. Yeah, you can see him turning around. And the checkpoint is right here. Oh, and here's the plant Panda was talking about.
Yeah. Plant coon.
Yeah, this is like one of the best things in here.
That is a powerful plant. Jeez.
You know what, Monarch? That's a really good question. Boy. That's a good idea. He should do that. He can just carry it around tucked under his arm.
Alright, well, that guy was hiding in the back, so I had to pick up the table also. Now we get to fight Kenmochi again. Most enemies, I will try to do, I'm whiffing, nice. I'll try to do 3-hit combos, but you can do 4. You can do 4 hits with Kenmochi because he gets right back up immediately. Unfortunately, we're having Dragon Engine moments here. When we're both in the water, for some reason, like, our elevation is considered different sometimes, so sometimes the hits just miss. So ideally, you'd like to actually not go into the water while you're attacking him.
Yeah, stairs and like elevation differences in these games are notoriously struggle. Like, if having a fight on a staircase is like the worst thing you could ever do in this game because it's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
Here's a fight that's a lot of fun. I basically try to grab a chair, pray that they stay near each other, but doesn't usually happen. What? Just okay.
I don't feel like he had to just go over that, like, what the, I don't, my brain is
It was like a partition or something.
Not a petition, but a cart. That's what the word is, sorry.
Oh, it was a cart.
Yeah, he just had to jump over the cart for some reason. It's like, okay, I guess.
Nice. Yeah, if you saw that animation, there's guardrails around the game that characters can just like hop over like that. Sometimes it activates like that in weird spots.
I like that you just grabbed the chair and then managed to hit and take Igarashi out.
Yeah, I was trying to do a regular punch, and he grabbed a chair nearby.
There's so many times, like, even just casually playing this, you're like, I wasn't planning on doing that, but sure, I guess.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
That's why I could never speedrun these games or do any kind of, like, super controlled form of play, because you have, like, 500 heat moves, and I can never remember what they all are. They just kind of happen to you by surprise, and I'm like, hey, cool, I just killed somebody in a new, different way. I don't know what caused that.
Yeah, that is extremely my Yakuza experience.
To be fair,
to Spin though, there are a lot of heat moves that have very, very specific conditions that need to be met to trigger them.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Garlic?
Oh, I actually just like thought I had a fight spawn, and that's why I paused for a second. I was like, oh no, I don't think it's actually there. So we're good.
But yeah, I'm playing Ladishan right now, and in Ladishan there's a heat move you can only trigger if you have an orange in your inventory, so... It's
I love
very
that one.
specific, but it's very funny, but it's pretty specific.
We change right in front of them so that now they think that we work here. But basically we want to find a waiter uniform specifically so that we can get into the area with all those people, like all the guests. Because we want to be able to try to ask some questions to those people in there. So we get clued in that there's somebody taking a break out here.
Yeah, someone who might be familiar if you've played either main Lost Judgment or even just the first Judgment game.
Yeah, they really do Tashiro dirty. Like, this is is this the second time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna beat this guy
Go
up
ahead.
and steal his clothes because we're the good guys. Also, someone just absolutely ripped a motorcycle past my living room window, so I'm sorry if that came through.
So I know we have with our upcoming incentive, because we met that so quickly. Again, thank you so much for that, chat. We have our rhythm showcase for Lost Judgment, but do y'all mind if I hop in with a little bit more info on the Hyperbeat rhythm showcase?
Sure.
Because we have that bonus custom set list, and a lot of those sets are actually charted by fatales. We have someone from our community who is like charted one of these songs that we could see on our showcase if y'all get that incentive met. And if anyone knows anything about rhythm games and custom charts, usually there's, you know, ratings in rhythm games. All of the Hyperbeat game, like all of the Hyperbeat charts in game have ratings of 1 to 10. And these custom charts, a lot of these are like 14, 15 level difficulties, y'all. So we really, really need to politely torture our lovely Carrie Carrarium and get this custom showcase met, because it's fantastic. It's amazing. I was literally hypnotized watching some of these sets, and I think we need that in this marathon. It's for us. We deserve it as a treat.
Yeah, unfortunately, when we get knocked over to the ground, there's no fast way for Kaito to really get up.
Yeah, because he doesn't have cat flip, right?
No.
For
That doesn't
context,
really-
cat flip is like a move that's it's been in the Yakuza series for a long time, where like when you get knocked down, if you're mashing X, you just like flip back up really quickly. What were you gonna say, Spin?
Pretty much what you were.
Oh, okay.
I was
got the
gonna
bubble.
say, I guess as a move, it doesn't particularly suit Kaito as a personality.
True.
It's really
No, it
more of the
doesn't.
Yagami move.
I'm gonna attempt to skip past one of these guys, like this guy right here. It doesn't always work. It's kind of RNG, so hopefully we can sneak past this guy. No. Unfortunate. Sometimes he'll walk, like he'll turn the opposite way so he won't be facing Kaito. So you can just kind of slide past. You have to succeed these QTEs, by the way. You'll game over if you fail. So I always take like my time to make sure those are correct. And you lose a bit of health when you run into the guys that you were supposed to sneak past.
Yes, exactly. Happy by 3. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, chair. We love chairs.
This is arguably one of the best weapons in this run.
That entrance animation will always get me.
Yeah.
They just entered the scene, just like the fact that we just passed 19K on our first day, y'all.
Oh, wow.
That we need an entrance animation for what we just got there. Thank you so much for what you're doing. And maybe we can hit 20K on day 1.
Let's go.
I think it's possible. We could maybe assign those donations to that bonus custom set list and see that. That would be a little treat.
Yeah, we're about to come up on the last couple of bosses here. We do actually have time for a quick donation or two because there's an unskippable intro to the boss.
Not a problem. Evie Nix sends in a $25 donation and they say, donating to add some more rhythm game showcase to the marathon. Shoutouts to everyone involved in running such a wonderful event. Happy International Women's Day to anyone who identifies. And finally, trans rights. Thank you so much for that, Evie. Now, trans rights is still at $10 in our color palette Hyperbeat bid war. It could move forward. I'm still on the bisexual lighting agenda here, but that's just because it's honestly the best thing ever. This is quite the intro scene.
It is.
It's even more extra than usual. I love this one.
I was just thinking that. Like, this is very extra.
Oh. He's very finicky. You're gonna see me dodge a lot if he acts a little funny. Basically, he can spray us with some kind of mace that puts like some kind of confusion status on us, and it's really terrible. It's a massive time loss if we get hit with that.
Yeah, there's the spray.
Oh man. The worst pocket sand.
So yeah, it makes your attacks like miss. It's pretty terrible.
Hopefully that takes him out.
Oh.
Yeah.
That did more damage than I expected, actually.
Nice.
Slightly made up for that.
That's what happens when you get pocket sand in your eyes.
But yeah, for anyone who originally played this for the first time and thought we just fought the final boss, they're like, no, there's this guy too.
Yeah, gotta do a fight to take Mikiko with us.
I'm sorry, I have a very silly grin on my face with this fight music. It's fantastic.
I love it, yeah.
Jack, can we get some donations for how amazing this fight music is?
Also, this is a very good example of how you should just assume that every character in a Yakuza game is ripped, because when he has his shirt on, you just assume he's just, you know, a normal dude, and then he just rips his shirt off and you're like, oh okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he doesn't really know that we're playing on simple. He thinks we're playing on legend, so...
Sometimes characters miss the memo, it happens.
Kind of sounds like a skill issue on his part.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, there's gonna be 4 QTEs here. Time will be on the last one, so I'll call it out. And... time.
GG.
GG.
Thank you. Yeah, I love this run. It's so much fun. It's nice and short too. So if you're like, if you like Yakuza games and you're wanting to get into runs, this is one of the shorter ones you can get into to like ease yourself in lengthwise, which is really nice.
Good time too.
Yeah.
Oh, what did we get?
Oh.
50-57.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
that's a
way
nice
under.
RTA.
Very, very under. Very good.
Yeah, I had to like give some extra minutes to allow for potentially not getting the cop stealth. Pretty much. But yeah, I can just load a save if we can do the dance club.
Yeah.
And I picked 2 songs for it. One is like just a nice intro to the mini game, and then the one I'll save for last is the song is literally called "Girls," which is very on brand for Fatales. I definitely knew I needed to pick that one. It's also just a really good song.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Yeah, here's the first one.
Get your dance emotes ready, chat. Everyone, this is a perfect little almost preview for what you will get later with the Hyperbeat Showcase. We will have so many rhythm games coming for you, but we also have that custom set list that we really would love to meet. So let's get those donations in, and don't forget to assign them to those incentives, because I'm loving this dance number, but I need more rhythm games in my life. let him go.
Nice, we got a full combo.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, here is girls.
今日はどの曲にしましょう。
さあ行こうか。
And that's it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love this mini game.
Honestly, the mini games and Yakuza games are the best.
Yeah, I really love them. But yeah, that is the run. Thank you guys so much for having me. I really had a lot of fun. I love this run. It's so special to me, and I love getting to show off Yakuza games in general.
Thank you so much. And where could people find you if they wanted to potentially find some more Yakuza runs?
Yeah, I'm GarliccDread, exactly how it's spelled on screen. I stream on Twitch. I'm a little busy lately, but I try to stream whenever I can. And I'm going to continue doing a few runs of this and probably look into going back to Kiwami pretty soon, because I haven't played that one in quite a while and I'm kind of wanting to go back. So that'll be a lot of fun. And if anybody else wants to shout anything out.
I am spintheiryarns. I play mostly horror games, but lately I've been streaming, like I said, Lad Ishin, Control, and of course RE9 and Slay the Spire 2, because those are new. So if you are into any of that kind of thing, you should come say hi. But not this week. This week, stay here.
Yeah, I'm dubious. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/dubiousu. You probably will see me in chat a bit during the week as well. I've been doing mostly Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties stuff, and all of us will also be back on Tuesday night, is it?
Yes.
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 Fantastic. Thank you both. Thank you all so much for your run. This was absolutely amazing. And thank you for that wonderful incentive. And thank you, chat, for meeting that incentive. This has been GarliccDread with our Lost Judgment, the Kaito Files run. And I have been so happy to be able to host for it. I just want to read off this wonderful donation from Pinecone, who sends in a $25 donation, and they say, Yagami-san, hit that yoinky spoinky, please. Thank you so much for that donation, Pinecone. I also just want to let y'all know we have a little word from one of our wonderful sponsors, the National Women's Law Center.
Frame Fatales is proud to support the National Women's Law Center. Thanks in part to donations from FF Events, NWLC is able to continue the fight for gender justice and respond quickly to the changing political landscape. The generosity of this community, totaling over $300,000 raised and counting, allows NWLC to achieve legal victories, advocate for policy changes, and support individuals in need. Learn more about the impact of your donations at nwlc.org.
Welcome back, everybody. I know that I am really enjoying the time that we have been able to spend together. And I want to read off just one or two things because I have a $100 donation from Anonymous. And I want to thank you very much for that, as well as the $10 donation that came in from Puzzler995. Both of those had no comment, but I really want to thank you for those. I also want to thank y'all about putting in your donations towards the bonus custom set list that we are working towards for the Hyperbeat Showcase. But I think it's time for all of us to get up and stretch our muscles as much as is possible. Let's grab a drink, let's grab a snack, and we will be back right after this little break. And while everybody is stretching, and while they are getting some hydration and maybe getting a snack, because I know after our last run, I was glued to our screen. I need to drink my water. I think y'all should do the same. So I'm going to have a little sip here. And then I think I want to talk to y'all about some of the amazing work that we are doing with the National Women's Law Center. In 2025, the National Women's Law Center deployed the power of the law by challenging attacks on gender justice in the courts while laying the groundwork to build a future in which all women, girls, LGBTQIA+ people, and families can thrive. Some of these cases are stuff like the reproductive rights and health. They're protecting access to abortion care and advocating for equal access to insurance coverage and pharmacy services for reproductive care, and specifically challenging the Trump administration's attempts to impose unlawful grant funding restrictions on domestic and sexual assault organizations. Despite trying circumstances, the NWLC achieved significant groundbreaking victories, all while amplifying the harmful impact of these policies and continuing to fight for gender justice. Type !NWLC in chat to learn more about the ongoing work NWLC is doing. I also want to thank y'all for the amazing movement that we are getting on that custom set list for the Hyperbeat Showcase. We are now 35% of the way there. We have just passed over $1,000, but that means we still have a little bit of time to go. Now, I trust you, chat. I believe you can do it. I know it can be done. And I know that you have the power to do it. But we don't have as much time as you think we do, because our Sonic run, Sonic Go Fast, Sonic always go fast. So we're not going to be in that run for very long. We need to meet this incentive. I think it's possible. Let's see if we can do it. I'm also checking in on our Choose the Instrument bid war for Hyperbeat. And I have to say, I'm loving the options we have here. And I'm loving that Skateboard is in the lead, because one of our commentators for our Hyperbeat showcase is a big Skateboard fan. So I know that Soul is going to be very, very, very happy to know that Skateboard is winning. But maybe we could, I don't know, maybe we could cause a little bit of drama, chat. Maybe we could get something like Girl Hammer going, because Girl Hammer sounds like an absolutely fantastic weapon. I think we really, really need to see what Girl Hammer is, or maybe Straight Sign, because coming off of that Yakuza run, we had Lamp Post pulled directly out of the ground. Maybe that's what Street Sign is like, but we won't know it until we see it. And we can only see it if we put it in on that bid war. I also have a couple donations here from Anonymous. I have a $25 donation from Anonymous, as well as a $10 donation from Anonymous. Both of those were provided with no comment. And I know I've said this before, but I will always say this again, because it's something I personally have had the issue with. Sometimes you think you need to come up with something witty, something fun or silly to say when you're putting in your donation, and you don't. We really appreciate every single donation that comes through for the work that it is able to do and provide for us, for the absolute donations that are going towards the National Women's Law Center. So don't worry about it. If you are thinking about putting a donation under Anonymous with no comment, we are so happy to see it and so grateful for all of the things you are doing. I have a $50 donation from Kay the Kitsune that says trans rights less than 3. And thank you so much for that donation, Kay. Let's get a call for trans rights in chat, everyone. I want to see all of your emotes. I want to see trans rights exploding all over the chat. Just a tiny bit more information, because we were seeing, we've got the ability to go with skateboard, big spoon, big sword. All of these are instruments in our Hyperbeat showcase. So get your donation to which instrument you would like to see played in our run. However, instead of Hyperbeat, I don't have instruments coming at you, but I do have information that our run of Sonic R with Lumi is going to be ready in just a moment, because I am speeding, I am ready, and I am ready to hear what's going on with Lumi and what is going on with Amy. So, Radiant Lumi, why don't you tell us a little bit about this Sonic R run?